Hi, it's Phil and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at my own Rolex Explorer 2 reference 216570 Polar. So this one is called Polar because of the white dial. There's another dial available which is black. So let me just take these tags off. So here it is. This particular watch was introduced in 2011, Baselworld. I guess this is a kind of a 40th anniversary model since it draws on the original 1655 model originally released in 1971. They updated that one in 1989 with the model 16570 Explorer 2, which was 39mm. I guess for those times 39mm was good enough, but the fashions move on and they finally upgraded to a 42mm version. And I think if you take a look at it, I think it's actually oval shaped rather than round. I mean, on my wrist, which is 7.5 inches wide, looks very good. It's quite flat with the wrist. It's actually quite thin for Rolex at 12.4 millimeters. With all this, it's a very clean and modern looking Rolex, to be honest. In my personal opinion, there isn't another watch in the whole of Rolex catalog that gives you more value for money than the Rolex Explorer 2. It obviously has a true GMT movement with the blue parachrome hairspring, which is highly anti-magnetic. It has a 3187 movement with power reserve of about 40 hours and the Paraflex shock absorbers. The hand and the hour markers are made from white gold and covered with black lacquer, so they're not matte but actually have a reflective sheen to it. As you can see, this one has a new maxi dial which doesn't look crowded at all. The markers have the new Chroma-Light lume applied to it, which is supposed to last for 8 hours. It also uses a larger date disc compared to the GMT Master 2. You would expect them to use the same one because supposedly it's the same movement, but because it's a bigger watch, it's specially made for Explorer 2. This watch is a dual time hand. Let me show you how it works. So the home time is always the orange. Unscrew the twin lock crown and you can manually wind the watch. In the first position, for example, you land somewhere and you move the time to whatever you need to do. And in the third position, you move the home time. This watch also has the orange GMT hand, which has been consistently carried out over the original 1971 issue. This is a sports watch. It was originally designed as a spelunking watch. When it first came out, it was using twin lock mechanism on the crown, which gives it 100 meters water resistance, which is absolutely fine. It's not a diving watch, but it has a sturdy movement. It has a fully balanced bridge fixed on both sides, and it features a Breguet overcoil protection. The bracelet itself and the case is made with Rolex's own 904L steel. The clasp is milled and is very sturdy. It looks very good. It also has the half-a-link extension here. Just pull it out like that in hot weather. It should be absolutely fine. And it folds in on itself like that. The bracelet is The bracelet is not the same as the other sports watches that Rolex make. It tapers quite quickly and then becomes flat. So if you think about this, take a look at this, you can see that like kind of tapers, but these links are almost kind of flat. They're not tapering at all. You can also take a look at the brushing, and they're absolutely spot on, parallel, uniform this way. But if you look at the bezel, they kind of have concentric rings that emanate from the center, so they kind of go this way. It almost looks like a sun rays. Now let's take a look at what I don't like about this one. The anti-reflective coating is not there, and I wish that did that, because when you wear it in the dusk, you will be able to see the dial much better. Sometimes it's very hard, and this is something Rolex just doesn't do. It probably has to do something with their standards. They say that the current anti-reflective technology is not up to where they're supposed to be, but you can be sure that when technology catches up with their standards, Rolex will make the best anti-reflective and the best lasting coating you will ever get. Honestly, I think this has more to do with the fact that it costs them a little bit more to put anti-reflective, and it doesn't last that long. The other complaint, well, it's not really a complaint, but annoyance really, is that when you need to set the date, you have to rotate through a lot of dates to actually get to the one that you actually want. So you can see that right now it's on the 1st, but let's say that I need to go to the 20th. On another Rolex, you would just put it in the 2nd position and just rotate through the date. But this one, you have to actually rotate all the way to the 20th. It's a very minor issue, but I think it's quite annoying. I mean, a great thing about Rolex sports version watches, especially modern ones, is that they tend to be multi-purpose. This means that they work well in business and casual situations, as well as more sporty settings. This one is a bigger 42mm watch. It could be some minor issue if you need to go for a button-down event or something, but it does sit well on my wrist. This watch retails right now for just under £6,000, and as I mentioned before, I think you get a lot for your money with this one. So thank you very much for watching. This is Phil, and subscribe and come back for another review.